Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder. It emerges early in life. We define it by difficulties that individuals have with social communication and social engagement, and with a set of restricted and repetitive behaviors and special interests that interfere with day-to-day activities.
Right now, we believe that autism is caused by probably a combination of some genetic predisposition for having these symptoms and some environmental triggers that put you at increased risk for those symptoms presenting.
The biggest challenges to families and researchers is the fact that autism isn't one thing. So when we make progress in autism, we're doing it for the average child with autism. We need to get very specific on how new knowledge affects each individual and how we can use that to advantage each family. CHOP is trying to meet these needs by creating the first in the nation learning health system. This idea of a learning health system is to marry and to integrate research into clinical practice so that every child who comes in for a clinical appointment, we learn more about them in a systematic way so that eventually we have a large database and we can study patterns in that database to be able to suggest the best treatments for each child.
Some of the things that early intervention does that have really transformed the lives of many people with autism is it helps very young children develop the skills that they haven't learned naturally. And one of the first things that it can be incredibly helpful for is teaching a child how to communicate.
So what I've seen him is to go from nonverbal to verbal, to disengaged with the world to very engaged with the world. Sometimes it's the subtle things. Eye contact. Suddenly, instead of like not being aware of the world around him and looking around and everything, you can actually kind of see the light behind the eyes, if for lack of a better term.
Over the next 5 or 10 years, we expect that there will be a number of breakthroughs with genetics that lead to effective new treatments. One of the real breakthroughs that CHOP is leading is we can now do a lot of diagnostic assessment and characterization automatically with technology such as cameras, because we need to be able to measure the evolution of the effective treatment day to day in the lives of the child. And we need to be able to measure precisely how is that treatment helping this child, but maybe not helping the next child so much, to have a precision medicine approach.
Here at the Center for Autism Research, it's more than an evaluation. They're not only clinicians, but they're your support and they're your friends. They meet you where you are. So they not only take the clinical dimension, but they also take the supportive and psychological dimension right along with you. People often don't take time to do that, whether they're clinicians or in the community. They do that here at CAR.
Autism research is at a pivotal time right now. We have made some significant breakthroughs and we understand so much more about autism than we ever have. What we need now is to make sure we maintain enough funding to actually develop those individualized assessments and treatments.
The field of autism research has gone from a few hundred individuals across the world to now where we have thousands of individuals. It's a very positive development, but at the same time the amount of funding for that research has not increased. In this way, our partnership with the Eagles Charitable Foundation is critical. It enables us to do things that we know we need to be doing in ways that otherwise we might have to wait years to accomplish.